Hi everyone, Mr. Drysdale here to talk to you about audition instructions for productions technology. All right, so we are on our website, and this is where I'd like to start off so that you know where to begin if you are unsure of where to find things. So if you just go to our website, you should be able to find exactly what you need. From there, you can click on Arts. And you are a new IAP applicant, so this would be the button you click on next. The other buttons are for finding out a little bit more about the program, but I want to just focus on the audition for this video. All right, so first off, just a note to pay attention to a couple of things. The arts registrar is Arlene Thomas, and if you need any clarification for anything I'm about to say, then please email her, because she is a great source of information and knows everything about every detail for every audition. Mr. Steve Hooper is our head of guidance, and he's someone else that you might need to contact for other questions you might have about the school. And then underneath that, you're going to see some really important dates for when things are due, and what you'll be submitting will go on top of the application. So the application form will be available very soon if it isn't by the time you're reading this. And that form is due with all of the documentation on the 12th of January. And what I'm about to describe, the audition information and the audition submission materials, will be due the following week, which is the 19th. So feel free to hand these things in before they're due, though, especially when there's technical requirements like this. It's best that you actually get it handed in before that deadline, because as you know, with technology, some things don't work right when it comes to uploading. You might have bad Wi-Fi that day, so try to stay away from these deadlines as much as you possibly can. Like, by stay away, I mean before. Try to hand things in before. So you'll find those important dates there. And these little, I suggest, if you do have access to a printer, just printing these things off might be helpful, but it's not necessary. But that's the download. The PDF of those dates is available for printing. I'm just going to keep on scrolling down. Here are your instructions for completing the IAP application form. So it's all written here, but if you want a summary all in one place, again, that little link here is a good go-to. Note there is a $45 application fee too. There's a number of things you need to hand in for your application. That $45 part is to pay for the administration, because this is not a board spot, like it's not paid for by the board. It's not government funded, and just the whole application procedure. So that's where that money's coming from. If you have any difficulty making that payment through school day, then contact Arlene. That's our arts registrar, as soon as possible. Now, I want to, like I said, skip down to auditions as quickly as possible. First thing I wanted to point out is the audition AV tips. This was written by our resident paraprofessional sound engineer. So if you want a good quality video, then just take a look at those tips, because in a pandemic, we're all relegated to the devices we have, and sometimes there's tips and tricks to get the most out of those devices. So if you are interested in that sheet, it's a great little document. Continuing on down. So I'm scrolling, past dance, past drama. There's production tech. That's the one I want right there. Okay. So with some of these, you're going to find there's peripheral information, like for instrumental, there's all these extra links. With productions tech, there is none of that, because everything you need to know is found within this document. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it. And there we have it. This is the instruction. This is where you're going to find the instructions for, I'm just going to try to move this over a little bit. There we go. That's better. For productions technology. So you've got 2 digital submissions And there's also going to be a write-up. So it's 2 digital submissions, but it comes with a paragraph or multiple paragraphs. Okay? So just a little note about that. You can go ahead and read the criteria if you'd like. Basically, if you follow the directions and hand in what you need to hand in, you're already in very good shape. And that's that blurb about the evaluation criteria is used if anything was ever put into question, like if you were missing something and we had to go back and communicate with you after the audition. We usually refer to the criteria if something didn't go the way it should have for the audition. All right. So part 1, you are going to create an all about me video. For this, you must complete a video that features you. It could be speaking in the video. It has to be you, speaking in the video. You have to be in 3 different locations. And you have to perform 3 different actions. This part of the audition is designed to help to get to know you. So be sure to consider that when creating your video. Your video must meet the following technical requirements. Integration of 2 pieces of software. So for example, you may choose to record the sound and video separately with a phone or other device, and then combine them in video software. WeVideo is a program that the board has just purchased, Waterloo region, so I don't know that it's as available for everyone else, but there is a free version that might do the job for you. And it's very easy to use, and it works on a Chromebook. Even a phone will actually allow you to edit with WeVideo. And other options are iMovie, Movie Maker, whatever you might have access to create your finished product. You could also combine photo editing with video and sound. So if it was like a sound file that you created, a piece that you made, and you put that as a backing track to a slideshow of photography that you made, or pictures of you going through different dialogue, it could be anything like that. You could also combine photo editing with video sound, including sort of the example they said, the sheet says, is including a well-lit, well-designed photo of yourself in a video. Sound can include dialogue, music, or ambient sound and sound effects. And we want to avoid a one-take video. But keep in mind that we're not looking for you to have onerous editing. It shouldn't take forever to do the editing, but we just want to make sure that you're able to edit some things. So if you follow those guidelines, even to a minimum, and then just emphasize the quality with the other parts of the product, you're going to be in great shape. So don't try to prove yourself, I guess, by incredibly onerous editing is what we're trying to say for that. Do your best to ensure the video has good sound quality, which can be difficult. I'm actually, I'm fighting with my sound because I was using my webcam, and it has a condenser mic in it. It was picking up my very loud computer, and so I had to do some finagling to get this to work. That's why I'm holding a microphone. I don't expect you to do that, but at least be creative with what you have and do what you can to get the best sound you can with your submission. We recognize that not everyone has access to what I have right now. And make sure your dialogue is loud enough, clear, and balanced. So the video should be no longer than 60 to 90 seconds. And it must be submitted in MP4, which is the default for most devices. So here's some sound resources if you're looking to complement whatever you submit with sound effects or background music. Okay. And now part B comes with this same assignment. So this is attached to the video all about me. So what you're going to do is you're going to create a summary or write a summary from 3 different perspectives. Okay. So, and if there's a perspective that's not listed, try one of those too, but you needed a camera operator. You need a sound technician, need an editor, an actor or performer, set design, like location, lighting, props. So just choose 3 of those positions and write a 1-paragraph summary explaining the role of that position for each of the 3. So you're going to have 3 paragraphs in total. Make sense? So you're picking 3 of these positions, 3 roles, and you're writing a paragraph for each one of those. All right? And that's just can be done in Doc. You could do that in a doc and then download it as a PDF, or Microsoft Word is fine. And you may include behind the scenes photos, sketches, or any other supporting materials, but that's not required. Okay? All right, so here's the other part. Or here's another part, sorry. This is the interpretation piece. So there's a paragraph here, and you're going to create an artistic work that expresses the feeling or illustrates the details from the passage below. So this is a totally creative exercise that we always find some pretty interesting takes with this particular assessment. So please don't feel that your creativity is going to be marked as incorrect. That's not the purpose of this. It's just basically to see how you'd handle a task of this nature. All right. And so it could be anything. So we're just going to go down to see what different things you could do for the interpretation. So I'll let you read that paragraph. Okay. So that's going to be the theme for you. Okay. And then after that, once you've read that, then you're going to look at some of these different ways you can use to interpret that paragraph, and use the media that you like to work with best and that highlights your strengths as an artist. So here's some examples. You could do a soundscape, recorded or produced, a song, spoken word work. So presentation format for that would be an MP3. You could also do a photo essay, like photos taken and assembled or edited by you. And the presentation for that would be a slideshow or a PowerPoint presentation. You could do a collage. You could do a collage with the presentation format being in PDF, a PowerPoint presentation, or a JPEG. You can do an animation in MP4, which is video format. You could do short film, which is in video format. You could do painting, sketch, or drawing if you'd prefer. And the presentation format would be digital or traditional media. So you could download it as a PDF or a JPEG, whatever would work. You could craft or fabric. You could do a craft or do a fabric creation of your interpretation of this. And then finally, you could do a diorama or a model. Okay, so it's totally up to you. It's about working with your strengths here. That's the focus, is you choose something you feel you're very comfortable with as a medium, and then have fun with it. Okay? Now, you're going to be submitting digital copies of your interpretation that clearly illustrate as much detail as possible. For 3D works, submit multiple images from different angles. Be sure to consider lighting when you are taking pictures of your work. And here are the digital formats that we're looking for. We've got MP3, MP4, JPEG, PDF, PPT, PowerPoint, and PNG. Those are just options, okay? So your submission instructions are right here. Make sure you have all the requirements complete. So you need your All About Me video, the MP4. You need All About Me summary in PDF or doc, okay? And that's, remember, 3 paragraphs, each paragraph explaining a role, okay? And then you need your interpretation piece. So you're going to download your video and interpretation piece into one of the accepted formats listed. And then you're going to upload, and so that's to your own device, right? You're just making sure that you have it downloaded properly in your own device. And then you're going to upload both pieces into the digital submissions Google form and submit it that way. All right, so that's it for the instructions. I hope that you have a pretty good idea of what to do for productions tech auditions. And if you have any questions about any of those issues or any of those things that are meant to be handed in, then please contact Arlene Thomas and she'll reach out to the appropriate teacher. One last thing, if you have any issues at all with the technology requirements, it's really important that you contact Arlene Thomas as soon as possible. So if you feel that you don't have enough Wi-Fi connectivity, if you feel you don't have enough software to combine and edit, it's really important that you talk to Arlene or connect with Arlene as soon as possible. Other than that, stay safe, stay healthy, and good luck with your auditions.